Hello, and welcome to this chair yoga class today called Posture Perfect. Oh, good. And here comes Bonnie. So wait one more second. I'm going to start this class just with a nice little energetic selection. So I'd like you to find your favorite grounding pose sitting in your chair. Hi, Bonnie. And I'm going to play this for you. Notice the enlivenment that you felt for that. And does everybody have a little wall space that they can use in class today? So as you look around, let's get started. So sitting up in your chair, nice and tall, we're going to start with goddess arms. So I want to bring your arms up. And this is just to check in how it feels to you in goddess pose. So maybe your arms are down or whatever works for you, but the ideal is to be nice and square with the elbows back. So I want you to find your goddess pose and notice how you feel, where you feel tight, where you feel loose. We'll be doing a lot of checking in with goddess pose today. All right. So why do we want to have good posture? I see so many people walking around like this as they get older, and that collapses your lungs. It affects your digestion, it affects your energy levels. So we want to be walking around like this. And a lot of it could be caused by tight muscles in the front and overstretched muscles in the back. So if that's the cause of poor posture, we can do a lot to make it better. And I'm going to use some notes for this class today. Okay, but let's just start by warming up our spine. So sitting up nice and tall. And inhale, lift the head and chest. Exhale, rock back round. Inhale, open, stretch up. Exhale, round. So we're just opening up the whole front and back of the body, warming up the body before we get into our specific upper body openers for posture. I'll be working with the upper back a lot today. And come back to center. Let's interlace the hands and stretch them out. And if you need to keep them down, you can, or bring them up over your head. And reach to one side. And reach the other side. And let's come back to the first side and circle around. And circle around the other way. See how you're opening your upper back right now? And circling around, stretching that back body. And circling around. And back to center and down. Come into an easy spinal twist. And back to center and spinal twist the other way. And back to center. And bringing the hands to the side again in a spinal twist. Let's just slide down. Bring your elbow to the side of your body. The other hand can be on your lower back. And inhale back up. Bring your hand to the side with the palm out. Slide down. Other hand can go to your lower back. Turn your head and look up. Inhale back to center. Let's roll down. Perhaps you can slide down your legs and surrender all the way over. Bring your hands to your thighs and roll back up. Roll down. Inhale, roll back up. Last one, roll down, chin to chest, round your back. Maybe you're stopping here, or maybe you're sliding all the way down. Inhaling back up. Grab the back of your chair, squeeze your shoulder blades, lift your heart. Come back, straight up. Inhale, squeeze, open. And tall. And one more time, squeeze, lift. And back to center. Let's warm up different parts of our body. Let's squeeze our facial muscles and spread mouth and eyes and squeeze and spread and squeeze and spread. And let's chew our cud. And the other way. And if you have TMJ, you might hear cracking there. So right at the bottom of our jaw, right behind there, under our ears, is the start of a muscle that goes from your neck down the sides of your neck to the middle of your collarbone. And we're going to start by working with that muscle. So we're going to bring one hand across to the base of the neck and stretch the ear away. And then you're just going to play, feeling that muscle stretch. It's the mastoid, MCS, something mastoid, clavicle, sternal, or something. I don't remember. Some fancy name. Just the muscle from your ear to your chest. And we're just going to move our head whatever way feels good, exploring that stretch. Maybe rotating. So you're doing your own practice here, exploring that stretch in the side of your neck. And then just find a spot that feels interesting, hold it, and breathe into it. And down. Let's bring the other hand up, feel how that feels. Lower your ear to the opposite shoulder. And then we're going to play around with that stretch, rotating the head. Moving it back and forth across the shoulder, or moving it whatever way feels good to you. Just finding your interesting stretch this morning. And when you find an interesting place, just hold it and breathe into it. And inhale. Okay. We're going to do something called blowhole breathing. So we talked about how the body rounds when we get older sometimes, and the posture needs to be strengthened through stretching the muscles of the front and engaging the muscles of the back. So imagine you're a whale with a blowhole right in the middle of your back. So we're going to do blowhole breathing. We're going to sit up tall. Breathe into that back body space, feeling it expand, and exhale, blow out. Nice and slow and easy. Inhale, back expands, exhale. Feel the back soften. We're blowing softly, we're not being violent. Three more. At your own pace. Notice the back expanding, the shoulder blades moving apart. Let that practice go and notice how you feel. Perhaps you feel a little more light, a little more enlivened, maybe your breath is a little deeper. We're going to add some arms here. So we're going to start with one arm up, so a half goddess. And then we're going to bring that arm across, opening up the shoulder girdle. And we can let the head follow, inhaling up, exhaling across. Inhaling up, feel that stretch in the front of your shoulder, stretch in the back of your shoulder. Last one. And down. Maybe your shoulders want to do a little wiggle. And feel the opposite sides, how they feel. And we'll bring the other arm up. I'm going to bring it across. Inhaling it up. And bringing it across. And if you'd like to add a head, following. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling across. Last one. And the next one we're going to do is some arm circles. So we're going to bring our hands to our shoulders and we're going to circle back. So we're broadening the chest, feeling the shoulder blades reaching towards each other, countering that forward rounding position that we often find ourselves in. And even if we don't have that as our normal posture, even if we do have good posture, we tend to spend a lot of time in that forward position when we're driving our car or working on our computer or washing dishes. And then we're going to fly in and out, again, stretching the front of the body, expanding the back of the body. So this class is based on a class by my teacher, Sherry Zach Morris. I need to give her credit, so I'm not plagiarizing. And down and just notice how you feel. Okay, this time we're going to bring the elbow, shoulder to the elbow, hand to the shoulder, bending the elbow. We're going to lift that elbow up a little bit higher. And then we're going to bring the elbow across. And then. Similar to what we did before, just with a bent elbow. Feel your back loosening up. And last one. And back to center. And again, if you need to do a little shoulder shrug and compare the two sides. So bringing this one up and lifting the elbow, and then bring the elbow across and up. Also opening our rib cage here. Feeling it? You loving it? And one more. Oh, I'm feeling the creaks in my shoulder. And again, if you need to do any wriggle before coming to stillness. Let's see what we do next. Airport scanner. So we're going to bring our arms out again in goddess position. Remember, if this is all you can do, that's perfectly acceptable. Honor where your body is. We're going to inhale, bringing the hands up overhead as best we can. Again, if it's for you, it's forward. Honor where your body is. And then exhaling down, bring the elbows as close to the ribs as we can. Inhaling, bringing the fingertips towards each other just till they almost touch. And exhale, elbows in. Can you feel your shoulder blades sliding up and down your back? One more. Now turn your palms up, your hands parallel to the floor, squeezing the shoulder blades back, elbows in as close to your body as you can get to. We're holding a tray. Let's bring the hands together and open out. Hands towards each other and open out. Again, broadening the chest, creating flexibility in the upper body. And let's pause here, holding a tray, and imagine the tray getting heavy and you're really resisting dropping that tray or those trays. Supporting with your core, nice mountain pose with your torso. And then let's bring the tray in front, feel the shoulder blades, down your back, shoulders relaxed and neck long. And release. Okay, good work. All right, we need to get our legs moving even though we're focusing on the upper body mostly, but we don't want to ignore any part of our body. So you can scoot back in your chair with your upper body. And we're just going to pick one leg up and then the other. So we're marching the legs up. If that doesn't work for you, just pick your heel up off the floor. And feel that in your thighs, support with your core. So we're doing a little marching, but instead of sitting up straight, we're on an angle, so that's core work too. And if that doesn't work for you, you can just sit up straight, another option. And let's bring both legs up, bring the hands behind them if you can, or again, toes on the floor, heels lifted. And let's circle the ankles. So if that doesn't work for you, you're sitting with your feet on the floor circling. For some reason, my bottom of my screen is covered today. I hope you can still see everything. It doesn't usually happen like that. Circling. And you could be sitting up straight, circling on the floor, or tapping the back of your chair with your head or shoulders, working your core at the same time. And down. So again, you could be sitting up straight or working your core. Let's bring one knee in and circle the ankle, circle the knee around, sorry. Deep, lovely breaths. If sitting back like this causes you to round your back, then you want to sit up straight instead. And circling the other way. And opening that leg out and back. And then you could be sitting up like this or tapping back. And down. Inhale tall, reach back, bring the other leg in, circle. And circle the other way. And down and sit up and notice how you feel. You can do the next part of this class sitting or standing, but if you'd like to stand up, let's come to the side of our chair. If you're sitting, you're going to continue bringing one knee into the chest and then the other. If you're standing, you're going to march standing up. So you can march sitting or standing. Find the Tadasana while you march. You're either behind your chair or next to your chair, or you don't need a chair. If you don't need a chair, you can do opposite arms and legs. Warming up the body. You can march as slow or as fast as you like. And let's slow it down. And we'll do toe raises. So you can be holding onto your chair. Again, you can be sitting and come up onto your heels and down. Again, going as slow or as fast as you like. And I don't know how you're going to do this one in the chair, but we're going to do knee circles. So you figure that one out if you're in the chair, what you want to do instead. So warming up our knees, our ankles, our hips. Or you can stand behind your chair holding onto the chair instead of holding onto your legs. And we'll circle the other way. So for good posture, you need strong legs, right? So we're doing a little bit of leg work here. One more. And if you're sitting in a chair, you're going to move your upper body in a circle. If you're standing, you're going to hula hoop. If you need to hold on to the chair while you hula hoop, please do that. And let's hula hoop the other way. Remember, if you're in a chair, you're moving your upper body in a circle. If you're standing, you're moving your hips as well. And back to center. Okay, we're going to do something we did earlier. I think we're going to bring one arm up and then the other. We'll find our goddess pose. And if you're standing, you can come into a full goddess pose. If you need to hold on with one hand, you can start with one arm and then the other. We're just checking out how we feel in goddess pose. It's our home base pose for today, noticing how goddess pose feels. 2 more breaths. And release, and toe heel back to center. We're going to bring our arms up again. So again, you could be sitting down. If you can't, if you need to hold on, you might want to sit down instead. And inhale, look up, exhale, bring the elbows in and down. Hold spinal breathing. Inhale, bring the elbows back, looking up. And I like to curl the fingers in as I curl in and open the fingers out as I reach back and lift the chest. Now, if you're standing, you can add a little bend in the knees and the pelvis comes forward, rounding the back. Inhale, opening. If you need to hold on with one hand and just do one hand and then switch hands for the next set. Or again, you can just do the upper body in the chair. So this is moving the spinal fluid. Opening your back and your front. So you choose the level of challenge that your body would like today. Feels so good. I could just do this the whole class. What about you? You feel wonderful? Let's make this the last one. And come back to Tadasana. Notice how you feel. The next one we're going to do is called the spinal wave. And if you're standing and you'd like to hold on to the back of your chair, you want to stand as far away from the chair as you can. Again, if you're sitting, you'll just be using your upper body. If you're standing, and bend your knees a little bit. And make sure that you're not going to hit the chair. We're going to inhale, stretch up. Exhale, stick out your butt, lead with your chin. Bend your knees, round forward, roll up. Stretch up. Exhale, round, sticking out your butt, rounding your body in the opposite direction. So it's kind of like a cat and dog, but with the knees involved as well. Spinal wave. So if you're in the chair, you're just rolling up the upper body, lifting the head and chest. If you're standing, you can add the legs. I really like this one, holding onto the chair, because it gives you the security to really move your body. Last one. And round up. And come to Tadasana and notice how you feel. Okay, I'd like you to come to a wall if you can. And you're going to find Tadasana against the wall. So your heels would be a few inches away from the wall. Your buttocks would be touching. Your head and shoulders are possibly an inch away from the wall. And let's go into our goddess pose. So when I teach it to new people who are old and rounded over, they can't get their hands back to the wall. I'm sure that's not your case, but that's what you want to find out is, how does it feel to you? Can you bring your elbows and fingertips to the wall, or maybe just your fingertips, or maybe nothing? Find what your goddess pose is today. Finding your edge. If you'd like to bring your legs out and bend into goddess pose, you can, or you can just stay in Tadasana and breathe. So if you're in Tadasana, you're just going to stay still, I think. But if you're in goddess pose, you're going to do a plie. I guess you could plie this way in Tadasana if you wanted to. All right, so here we are, either in Tadasana or goddess pose. We're going to inhale and straighten everything. And trying to reach the wall with our fingertips. Exhale. Trying to reach the wall with our elbows and our fingertips, but just seeing what works for you. Using the wall as our measuring stick. Be careful not to knock your paintings off the wall. So are your shoulder blades, elbows and fingertips touching or not? No judgment, just noticing what your body can do. And let's just pause in whatever variation we've chosen here in our star. And release the arms, toe heel back to Tadasana. And turn to the side. We're going to do clock. So here you're about a hand distance, if you spread your fingers wide, you're about a hand distance away from the wall, more or less. So you can get your hand on the wall, but you're not jamming your shoulder into it. We're going to bring the arm forward at shoulder height, the fingertips touching the wall. I'm going to slowly bring that arm up, finding what your range of motion is. Can you get it all the way up? Not everybody can, that's okay. Take a breath and begin to bring that arm behind you. So we're tracing a clock. Turn the head into the middle of the room if that works for you. Turn your head and look back at your shoulder. Maybe go a little further. Inhale, look into the room. Exhale, look back at your hand. Maybe go a little further. Inhale into the room. Exhale, shoulder. One more time, reaching back. I've done this class already this morning, so I'm pretty flexible. And let's come on back to center. Come back to Tadasana. You can use the wall for support. Compare the two shoulders. Change sides. Again, you're about hand distance away from the wall, so you're not jamming your shoulder into it. Find Tadasana, reach your arm out shoulder height. Put your fingertips on the wall. Inhale, slowly coming up, and maybe you can come all the way up. Take a breath and begin to go behind you if you can, or whatever is your edge. Turn and look into the middle of the room, and turn and look at your shoulder. Maybe slide your hand back. Rotate the head in, rotate back, maybe go a little further. Rotate in, rotate back, go a little further. Move forward, slowly bring your arm back to center. Come back to Tadasana. You notice a difference in the two sides. One side's more flexible than the other. And one more goddess pose and see if it feels any different now. Good work. Let's come back to our chairs. You've earned it. You've done a great job. Sitting up nice and tall. Let's do some half salutes. We haven't done that yet today. Let's sit up nice and tall. Inhale and stretch up. So now feel how open you are. And surrender over. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. So when we have our hands to our heart, our elbows are lifted, We're pressing the palms together, and that is strengthening our arms, just as when we press our feet into the earth, we're strengthening our legs. Let's release the hands and inhale. Stretch up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale over. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Come into an easy spinal twist with our hands at our heart. Let's rotate. And we're pressing the palms together. Shoulders down. Inhale, rotate the other way. Back to center. You can stay with that variation or rotate, bring your elbow to the outside of your knee or between your knees. Palms are parallel to the floor. You're pressing down, pressing against the leg to help you twist your body. Inhale back up. Rotate the other way. Stay here or tip over, bring your elbow either between your knees or to the outside of your knee, palms pressing down. Elbow against your leg to help you spin your torso towards the ceiling. And inhale back up. And down, take it in. Let's stretch one leg out with the toes turned up. Inhale tall, exhale, slide towards your leg. Inhale, come on back up. Turn towards that straight leg, coming into a spinal twist here. Inhale back to center. Let's change legs. Stretch one leg out, toes up. Inhale tall, exhale, slide down towards your toes. Inhale up. Your hand to your leg, your hand to the chair, and twist. Inhale back to center, bring that leg in. Let's walk ourselves to the corner of our chair. Sitting up nice and tall. You can stay here or point that knee down. Or stretch that leg out behind you. And turn to face the front of your chair. Inhale your arms out in warrior two. And then turn your head, look over your middle finger. Feel how your shoulders feel nice and open, your shoulder blades supporting your chest in this pose, particularly after all the good work we've done. And let's come down onto the elbow. You can bring your hand to your hip or reach it up above you or rotate the palm down and stretch over for a side angle. Inhale back up. Bring your hands to your knee. So bring this hand across your leg. Bring the other hand to the back of the chair, spinal twist. And twist. Bring that knee back in. Bring the foot back on the floor. Walk yourself to center. Compare the two sides of your body. And then walk yourself around the other way. So again, you could sit here nicely planted, or point your knee down, or straighten that leg behind you. Bring your chest back to be parallel to the back of your chair. Inhale your arms out and turn your head. Look over your middle finger. Again, feeling the broadness of your chest. Notice how your warrior two feels today as compared to how it feels other times, having done all that nice upper body work. Bring that elbow down. Bring the other hand to your hip, or reach it up, or rotate from the shoulder, bring it alongside your ear, or side angle. Come on back up. Bring your hand across the outside of your leg. Bring the other hand to the back of your chair or the side of your chair, coming into your spinal twist. And come back to center. Bring that knee in. Place your foot back on the floor. Come back to center. Toe heel, toe heel, toe heel. Back to Tadasana. Sit back on your chair. Close your eyes. And take in the benefits of today's practice. You can stay here as long as you like. When you're ready to come back into the room, wiggle your fingers and toes. And gently move and stretch in whatever way feels good to you. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.